Welcome to our webinar. My name is Renee Goldsmith and I'll be taking you through this PowerPoint presentation on hip, back, and glute stretches to relieve back pain. Over 80% of adults admit to having back pain in their lives. Just a few reasons that they might feel that back pain include sedentary lifestyles, poor posture, sudden muscle or ligament strains, as well as muscle fatigue. One question we ask is, do we sit too much? In one study performed at Utica College, they found that the pelvis tilts forward when we sit, which compromises our spinal posture. This then causes the hip flexors and hamstrings to tighten as a result of lack of movement. The hamstrings are three muscles that run along the back of our thighs and attach to the sit bone. Often when there is back pain, you're typically experiencing tightness in the glutes or hamstrings. Tight muscles plus improper spinal posture equal back pain. To help loosen up those muscles, we're going to learn some lower back, hip, and glute stretches. In the coming slides, we will walk you through different stretches to help combat back pain. Our first stretch is the standing hamstring stretch. You can use a chair or a step to prop up your foot. You're going to start by standing in front of your chair and place the foot on top. Next, slowly lean forward until you feel a stretch behind your knee and thigh. Bend through your hips and not your spine. Hold, then return to the starting position and repeat. Our next stretch is the lower trunk rotation. You're going to lie on your back either on the floor or on a mat with your knees slightly bent. Gently move your knees side to side, lowering them to the floor until you feel a gentle stretch along the lower back. In the seated piriformis stretch, you're going to sit on a chair. Cross your leg with the ankle of one foot on the knee of the other. Next, gently pull the top knee upwards towards your opposite shoulder for a nice stretch. Next, we're going to take you through the standing calf stretch, which targets the gastrocnemius muscle. You're going to stand in front of a wall or another sturdy object. Step forward with one foot and keep the toes of both feet pointed forward. Your back leg should remain straight. Gently lean forward towards the wall and support yourself with your arms as you allow your front knee to bend so you feel a gentle stretch along the back of the leg. You may need to move closer or further away from the wall to control the stretch at the back of the leg. Repeat on the other side. Next is the standing quad stretch. While you are in the standing position, you're going to bend your knee back behind and hold your ankle or foot. Gently pull your knee into a more bent position until a stretch is felt on the front of the thigh. If you engage the glute of the leg you're holding, you're going to get a deeper stretch along the front of the leg. This next standing calf stretch targets the soleus muscle of the calf. You're going to start by standing in front of a wall or another sturdy object. Step forward with one foot and keep your toes pointed straight forward. You're going to use your arms to support yourself as you gently bend the front knee. Your back leg will also have a slightly bent knee, and you want to push forward until you find a nice stretch along that back leg. To perform glute bridges, start by laying on your back with your knees flexed and your feet flat. To perform the movement, brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and gently lift your bottom off the table or the floor, and return back to the starting position. To perform a supine pelvic tilt, lie on your back with your knees bent. Next, you're going to slowly arch your low back and then flatten it repeatedly. As you lift up, you're going to feel a nice arch in the lower back as it releases away from the floor of the bench. And then as you tilt the hip back, that lower back is going to press down gently. This next stretch is great for our runners and bikers as it targets the IT band. It's the standing iliotibial band stretch with trunk side bend. In a standing position, cross the front leg over your back leg. Next, with your arm overhead, lean to the side towards the back leg. You're going to hold that for a few seconds and then gently release and repeat on the other side. This is one of my all-time favorite stretches, child's pose. You're going to start on your knees and gently release your hips back towards your heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you and make sure that your forehead and forearms are resting on the mat. As you inhale, feel the spine lengthen and the lower back open up. Exhale as you bring those arms a little bit further out in front of you. Breathe deeply for as long as you like and hold the pose for a relaxing moment. This next stretch is a little bit more advanced, so make sure you take it very slow. This is pigeon pose. You're going to start on your hands and knees on all fours. Then bring your right knee forward, placing it behind your right wrist with your ankle near your left hip. You want that front leg to get as close to parallel to the top of the mat as possible. Straighten your left leg behind you and let your upper body fold over your right leg. If your hip is really tight, allow your outer right glute to touch the floor rather than rest your left hip. As you breathe, sink deeper into the stretch. Next, we have the butterfly stretch. Sitting on the ground, bend your legs and bring the soles of your feet together so they touch, letting your knees fall out to the sides. Your grip should be above the ankle, never directly on the joint. Bring your heels as close to your body as you can and gently lean forward into the stretch. If you can, use your elbows to gently push your knees towards the ground. If you haven't had a chance to check out our Corporate Fitness Works signature sessions, now's a great time. We have one specifically that stretches the hips, groin, and hamstrings. Thank you so much for joining us for the webinar today. If you have any questions about the presentation or any of these stretches, please contact me, Renee Goldsmith, at rgoldsmith@teamcfw.com. I'd love to set up a time to talk more. Have a great day.